everybody. Welcome back to another segment of Dirty Talk. I'm your host, Mike Bonwell. I'm very, very excited to have my good pal, Bill Coy. Mr. Coy,
Did you almost forget my name there for a second?
It's funny how, because every single time we talk, we call him, it's like, Mr. Bonwell, Mr. Coy. No. Hey, everybody, again, really, really excited. Bill Coy here, National Sales Manager. Or I'm sorry, you have a new title now.
Oh, I do. It's very important.
What is it again?
U.S. Key Accounts Manager.
Key accounts.
I don't handle the lower accounts, just the key ones. You're a key one, though.
Am I?
That's why I'm here.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So everyone out there watching in the YouTube world, you guys missed it. Bill came to Indianapolis, put on a fantastic 3.5 hour in-depth.
4 hour.
Was it 4 hour?
We have to say 4 hours.
4 hour segment on disinfection, antimicrobials. Mm-hmm. Bill, tell the world who is watching what they missed out on.
Yeah, well, they missed out on learning. Oh, I need you to be holding that sheet so I know exactly what to say.
Well, first off, you're supposed to tell them they missed out on the biscuits and gravy.
Oh, they missed out on biscuits. But the biscuits and gravy were not hot. It was kind of like warm.
Tell them, do you?
I didn't. You said there was too much salt. I actually didn't pick up on that. So I think you're okay. You overreacted a little
Okay.
bit. It's
okay. All right.
No, you missed out on a great breakfast with Mike, and you guys always put on a great show
Thank
here.
You.
There
Appreciate
was
that.
20 odd guys here.
Yeah.
And they made it through a big ice storm.
I can't believe a Paul Davis brought 8 guys.
I know,
to hear
right?
you talk.
I know. And they were awake the entire time.
They were awake the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, this is a good class to learn about how to utilize your disinfectants in day-to-day practices, better understanding of protocols within the industry.
Right.
You just need to become knowledgeable about your disinfection use and toxicity levels and efficacy and where, when you should be using specific disinfectants on what type of jobs. And, there's just so much knowledge. I mean, these guys are using disinfectants day to day. I mean, it's probably their number one product that they're utilizing on a day-to-day basis are their disinfectants.
Is it a stretch to say that most people using disinfectants today are using them improperly?
Yeah. Is it a stretch to say that? No, I don't think it's a stretch to say that.
Okay.
Maybe not in an egregious way, but at times we had a lot of guys today saying like, oh, I didn't know that, or,
right.
Or we've been doing this, and, or you could see them talking to each other when we were going over, pretty important stuff. And you could tell that they had a lot of good questions today as well. So they were learning a lot, it seemed.
Well, one thing I learned about your guys' product, about the fact that a fungicide both eliminates or kills both the plant, the hyphae, and the spore. See, I thought you had to have a sporicidal claim. Yeah. Please elaborate on that.
Yeah, so sporicidal, the term sporicidal is in reference to a bacterial spore. So right when you're looking at the label, you'll see viricide, bactericide, fungicide. You're going to want to look for the fungicidal claim. And yeah, it gives you the fungal spores. The testing in the lab is done with the fungal spores as well as with the hyphae. So and sporicidal, right, bacterial spore. C. diff, something like that, which is very difficult to kill. You have to be able to burn through the shell to get to the bacteria.
Right. Guys, if you've caught an earlier segment of Dirty Talk, I did a segment on the Benefect line where I sprayed the Benefect in my mouth. Now, I know you guys aren't supposed to do that now, but could you talk about, because you covered this in class and I thought it was very interesting, the story of Benefect. Mm-hmm. Connor, and I, obviously you tell the story way better than me, but I think I actually getting choked up a little bit about it. Why it's so very important and how the product got developed.
Yeah, so Connor, he's the son of our owners, Sam and Jen. So he was born with a severe immune deficiency disorder. When he was born, the doctor said, you have to disinfect everything, keep it ultra clean at all times, otherwise Connor can get sick very easily. So Sam and Jen, his parents, they went home, did a whole bunch of research on disinfectants, came to the conclusion that they all use poisons to kill. Right. So it was counterintuitive to what they were trying to accomplish. And at the time, Sam's mom was an aromacologist. And he said, hey, Mom, you've been touting these plant oils for
Right.
so many years. Can you create a disinfectant? And she said, sure. So a year later, she had the first formula. And here we are now. Connor is 21 years old. And he's still a big part of, he comes to trade shows and
Yep.
stuff like that. So, yeah, it's really great.
Talk about again about the green, from everything from being the plant based, the way the process is made, LEED certified. Is that not correct?
Yeah.
Can you talk about that?
Yeah, so, somebody might say, hey, our product is green or it's safe okay, so what does that mean? Is the manufacturing process green? Is the product green because it has water instead of, some synthetic chemical?
Right.
There's different ways to look at this, and so we like to utilize the term sustainable. So our product is sustainable, right? So
Right.
comes from plants, and botanical as well is another terminology we like to use, which means derived from plants. And we grow it in Spain. We have over 700 acres of thyme fields in Spain. We're the largest purchaser of thyme in the entire world. And it's no irrigation and no pesticides. So.
Now, again, just for everyone out there, I have thyme
In a bottle?
in a bottle. Thank you. That I use for Thanksgiving purposes. Like it's a seasoning. What's the difference? I mean, can I put thyme in water and shake it up and spray it on something and kill it? I mean, can you elaborate on that?
Well, no, because then I'd have to kill you. Yeah, I at last thought there was over 600 or 400 different varietals of thyme.
Wow.
It's the whole oil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about that.
Yeah, and thyme oil has been used for mummification purposes back, by the Egyptians, and it's had antimicrobial properties, depending on what you believe in, for thousands or millions of years it's been around. So we've essentially taken a plant's immune system in a bottle. So we're the only authentically botanical disinfectant in the world. There are obviously many other active ingredients, from phenolics to quaternaries to synthetic versions of our product, but we're the only ones that are authentically botanical in the world.
Very, very cool. Folks, thanks for tuning in to another segment of Dirty Talk. Again, thank you, Bill, very, very
Thanks,
much
Mike.
for
Appreciate it.
for coming to Indy. I know it was,
Yeah.
about a 5-hour trip from Cleveland?
Oh, I drive fast, 4 hours, 10 minutes.
Yeah, he's a speed demon, everybody. Again, thanks for tuning in. Please feel free to contact me, contact Advantage on new topics, something you guys would like for us to talk about in a future episode. Again, thanks for tuning in to Dirty Talk.
Thank you.